Hello and welcome to See It Now Newscast with your favorite hosts, Addie and Jessica. So tell us, Addie, how has your weekend been?
Well, thank you so much for asking. This weekend I went to a drive-in movie, and you know how they've been the biggest rage lately with everyone. And speaking about drive-in movies, here's Kassidee on that topic.
Thank you for that. Anyways, on to drive-in movie theaters. The first drive-in movie theater was on June 6, 1933, created by Richard Hollingshead. The first one was located in Park Inn Theaters on Crescent Boulevard in Camden, New Jersey. He created it as a solution for people unable to comfortably sit in smaller movie theater seats after creating a mini drive-in for his mother. They maintained popularity as both a space for families to spend time with each other and for couples to spend alone time with each other. They became less popular in the 1970s as they switched from run-on Hollywood fare to exploitation films, and by the time home videos started appearing, it was the end of the hype for drive-in movie theaters.
Thank you, Kassidee, for all that interesting info on drive-in movies.
Speaking of drive-in movies, what's your favorite car, Jessica?
Well, lately I've been really into the 57 Chevy. And luckily for us, Abby has more interesting info on that topic.
Recently, the car that has been taking America by storm is the 1957 Chevrolet. The 1957 Chevrolet offers a variety of cool features, such as its turbo glide with new triple turbine takeoff and even finer power glide. It also has a 6 and 4 Silken V8 with up to 245 horsepower. Chevrolet's great design team has come up with a whole galaxy of sparkling new advances. You can see it in Chevy's proud new bumper and grille front, and the bold flare of its rear fenders, as well as the clean-lined simplicity of its integrated taillight assembly. This car also offers great ventilation and comfortable velvety seating. This car is sure to become a pop culture icon, so go to your closest Chevrolet to check it out. Anyways, guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Abby, for filling us in on the 57 Chevy.
We'll be coming right back at you with more interesting information after the show.
A new form of sleep has been discovered by scientist Eugene Osterinsky, who is a graduate of the University of Chicago. The new form of sleep is called REM sleep and is also referred to as active or paradoxical sleep. Scientists have discovered that during REM sleep, the mind has vivid dreams. Some brain structures consume oxygen and glucose at rates equal to or higher than walking. The discovery of REM has launched a new brand of medicine, which is leading to the diagnosis and treatment of many sleep disorders.
The US has recently been receiving bomb threats from Russia. Addie, would you like to give us more information on bomb shelters?
Thank you so much for asking. I'll get into that topic right now. The president is now urging everyone to build their own bomb shelters. With recent atomic bomb threats from Russia, the U.S. government are actively prompting the construction of bomb shelters as a part of the civil defense program. There are many bomb shelters you could choose from, but if you want to be safe from the radioactivity in the bombs, a fallout shelter is highly recommended. Many Americans are choosing to build their own fallout shelter. Many of them build them in the comfort of their own home, such as their basement for a quick and easy hideout. Here are some tips to build and how to maintain your fallout shelter. The first thing you need to do is find a place you want to build it. The second step is to grab some materials such as concrete blocks, mortar to stick the concrete blocks together, wooden post, board sheathing, and a lot of nails. The third step is to dig a hole by how big you want it. Make sure you leave a space open so you could go in and out. Fourth step is to put the wooden post on the floor. Fifth step is to put the wooden sheathing on top of the wooden post and nail them in. Sixth step is to add the concrete blocks on the floor and also the walls and to the roof also, attaching and reinforcing them with mortar. The last thing you need to do is fill it up with dirt or flooring wherever you did it. Thank you for listening. Back to you.
Thank you, Addie, for all the tips and information surrounding bomb shelters.
You're very welcome, Jessica. Our next topic will be on the updates and information regarding the 22nd Amendment by Kassidee.
On the 22nd Amendment, no person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of president more than once. This amendment was passed March of 1947 and ratified on February 27, 1951. A Republican-controlled Congress approved the 22nd Amendment with an exception that would exclude a president in office from term limits during the ratification process. Franklin D. Roosevelt was the only president that was elected a third time, being before the 22nd Amendment was passed. Roosevelt won a third term by defeating Republican nominee Wendell Willkie in the 1940 U.S. presidential election, and he remains the only president to serve more than 2 terms.
Thank you so much, Kassidee, on the updates and information about the 22nd Amendment.
And we have 2 more topics after this short commercial break. We hope you stay tuned.
A new invention has been made by John Rock and Gregory Pincus called the oral contraceptive pill or birth control pill. The pill contains a combination of a synthetic version of estrogen and progestin that is originally found in women's ovaries. The pill prevents a woman from ovulating by changing the levels of natural hormones the body makes. Research shows when taken regularly, the pill lessens the chance of pregnancy to 99.7%. Scientists say this is a new, safe, and promising way of preventing pregnancy.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned.
Next, we have Abby covering the founding of Israel.
President Truman has recently taken office and has appointed several experts to study the Palestinian issue. Truman has established a special cabinet committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Henry F. Grady, an assistant secretary of state who entered into negotiations with a parallel British committee to discuss the future of Palestine. Truman announced his approval of a recommendation to admit 100,000 displaced persons into Palestine and has publicly declared his support for the creation of a Jewish state. The United Nations Special Commission on Palestine has examined the Palestinian question and recommended the partition of Palestine into a Jewish and an Arab state. After much negotiation, the United Nations has approved a plan to partition Palestine into a Jewish and Arab state and officially declared Israel an independent state with David Ben-Gurion, the head of the Jewish Agency, as the prime minister. Despite growing conflict between the Palestine Arabs and Palestinian Jews, and despite the Department of State's endorsement of trusteeship, Truman ultimately has decided to recognize the state of Israel as a new nation.
Thank you so much, Abby, for all the information regarding the founding of Israel.
And for our last topic today, Addie will be covering the Atomic Energy Act. Addie, would you like to take it away for us?
I would love to. Atomic energy does not have much regulation, and it poses many dangerous and unsafe problems. For these reasons, the Atomic Energy Act was made to ensure proper management of nuclear and byproduct material, with also the proper regulations. The Atomic Energy Act's established purpose is to promote the utilization of atomic energy for peaceful purposes, also to be consistent with the common defense and security with the health and safety of the common public. The Nuclear Energy Commission and the U.S. Department of Energy has carried out much of the Atomic Energy Act. Other federal states organizations must follow the standards and regulations when developing radiation and radiation protection. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Addie, for filling us in on the Atomic Energy Act.
You're very welcome, Jessica.
And thank you all for tuning in with your favorite hosts, Jessica Almaguer and Adelaide Conchas.
See you next time on the See It Now newscast, coming at you the same time, same place.